Gun.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
On first down, Murray takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Leave it. Bring up 48. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. 3rd and long for Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, it's Ryan. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Anthony Barr coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
21. Right. 21.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. Buying time to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly.
Hey, Tuesday.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota ready to take back over the football here. And look back to Week 6. They got the win over Arizona. They weren't perfect in that game by any stretch, but bottom line, they're back over 500 now. And an interesting nugget, they got their first rushing touchdown of the season.
And remember, their head coach, Mike Zimmer, told all of us, let's not panic about our slow start. We were 2-2 last year before we elevated. Looks like they're on the same formula this year. Won in Philadelphia last week. Beat Arizona this week here. First rushing touchdown of the season. Latavius Murray getting it done. We had a big game, 155 yards and 24 carries. Dalvin Cook out with a bad hamstring. But how about Kirk Cousins' rushing touchdown? How about that? Forget the touchdown.
Yeah.
What was the dance
afterwards? What was the dance, Kirk?
I thought he was trying to go for the backpack at first, which is pretty popular out there.
Yeah.
But he slowed it down so much, and I loved how his offensive lineman, Mike Rimmers, came to celebrate. He started to do it, then he realized, I don't want to.
I noticed there were a lot of teammates that just avoided the area, and that's what I would have done. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. They'll run the counter with Murray. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Yellow.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, Charles, after Kansas City losing to New England this past week, we only have one undefeated team remaining, the Rams, 6-0, and they barely beat Denver, but they got it done.
They certainly did. They actually set the pace in that game, Brandon. They got out to a pretty nice lead, and then Denver chopped into it, and the Rams held on late. But you can do that when you have Todd Gurley as your lead running back. Over 200 yards for him. The Rams, as you noted, the last undefeated team in the NFL, and no signs of cooling off, even though they had to go to Denver. Snow in Denver in October, and what was it at kickoff, 25 degrees?
25.
How about that? That didn't even cool those guys off.
This week they'll be at San Francisco trying to get to 7-0. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
22!
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. From the gun, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, South.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we're good.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
48.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. On 2nd down, Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Play fake. Cousins. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Vic Beasley able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And barely able to knock it through. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Ryan now off the bootleg. And finding the tight end Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's... And I think the ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings. With that incompletion, let's discuss all the overtime games that we've had so far in the NFL. We've had 9 of them, at least one each week. Now, week 6, it was Miami and the Bears with the Dolphins getting the win.
Yeah, and you know something? That's an NFL record. Because that record was set week 5, an overtime game each of the first 5 weeks of the season. Now we're adding to the record, and I wouldn't doubt at all that we would get to 7 weeks and maybe beyond. It's been a very competitive NFL season.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Ryan down around the goal line. He's going to float this one deep right, looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Black, black.
The They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray from 17 yards out. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Right back to him on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Coleman. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, cut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got Sanu. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Ryan on 1st down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come out here in the eye. Here's Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper from 3 yards out. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here we go. Bring the energy. Here we go.
Again, it's Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And out now come the Vikings. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing here, Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Terrell McClain able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. A handoff. It's Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Listen to me.
They're going to run it with Murray. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still